OBS continues to baffle me, no matter what. What the heck? What the hell? Anyway, hi, hello. My name is Hazard Mix, but you can call me Hazard. My pronouns are they and them, and Balatro Cosplay. And you're probably wondering, wait, Hazard, you said you were cosplaying Yurik. That Joker is like black and gold. You're right. You're so right. This is actually, I'm going to be making the pattern from the Hegante outfit that I wore for Halloween, because it's like the closest I can get to like a Jester-esque costume. However, I meant to go to the store yesterday. Did not do that. I got sucked into playing Arc Raiders for like the book of the day. I also slept in. So we're gonna be actually fixing a hole that has gotten into. I'm so sorry. That has gotten into, apparently. This has been here for a hot minute. I will say that right now. But we're gonna fix this, and then I'm gonna talk about what the bulk of the stream is gonna be. Most likely, it's going to be measuring this outfit, because this is like very loose, and I'm pretty sure this is polyester. Pretty sure, because this does not feel like cotton. Just to get the measurements, because this is, even though I am using this as like a reference, it has like a huge cape, which I don't need, but there's like a little like capelet situation that I actually do need to figure out the measurements for, minus like some of the ruffle parts. But we're gonna just like chit chat for a bit. This is not gonna be a super long stream, mainly because I'm scared of OBS like crashing. It seems like Sunday is like cursed for some reason. I totally don't have a tutorial on my phone right now. It's been a long time since I sewn, and I would do this with my sewing machine, but I do want to get into practice of hand sewing some of the finer stuff, so that will be, you know, the bulk of it. I'm trying to think what else on the agenda. Like low-key, probably should check schedule stuff. Yeah, so I was off yesterday. I'm trying to think what I did. Mainly play Arc Raiders. I did not think I would like the game, TBH, because it's an extraction shooter. But it was actually pretty fun. I somehow convinced one of my friends to download it. I didn't tell them that they had to, but they did. But I've never seen this. I don't think I need that big of a needle. But no, it was interesting. I have to like stop myself from saying it's as if Tarkov and Destiny had a baby, but like it kind of feels like it is low key. Not that it's a bad thing, but it is nice to play, you know, games with my friends. Let's see, how much? Okay, well, chat, you continue to baffle me. I don't know how much string I need, but just in case, long enough. Yeah, so essentially, I need to pin this actually. Hopefully it's entertaining. Who knows? Why is my chat all the way down there? Hold on. Not me. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, there we go. Yeah. Shoot the boots. Professional streamer. Yeah, so essentially, like, I think the hole itself is pretty small, but it's also fucking uneven. Oh my god. A little bit uneven there. Ooh. But just like keep it straight. Oh my god, what was the thing? Yes, I have a tutorial on my phone. I am using like a cotton thread because that's all I have. I'm pretty sure this is a cotton thread as well. My only concern is I need to go back a bit because the thread snapped around this area. My only issue is that this is like fucking uneven, and that's gonna piss me off because the line is gonna be I have to go a bit diagonal. So what annoying? Right, let's see. Right, anyways, be quiet for a second. Do I wear a thimble or no? Questions. Questions. Should I watch the tutorial beforehand? No. Making sure that I have this correct. Just make sure. Getting the folds. use the sewing machine. I could, but also I want to learn how to hand sew my shit. Because my sewing machine is quite old. I've had it for almost how old am I? Almost 20 years I've had my current sewing machine. Like, it's not a new model. Definitely I could probably try to upgrade it, but alas. Okay, let's make sure it's good. Okay. Okay. So we're just basically backstitching. Okay. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have an even line to work with. So, but kind of see. I am hoping this is enough thread. Just make sure we don't go too far. But hopefully everyone's Halloween went well. It was very fun playing the update with my friends. Hopefully they're trying to convince me to play Are We There Yet, which is another Peak-esque game, except you try to get an RV out. It looks cute. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, TBH. I'm going to be honest. It looks... I think the game's like very... not as polished as... I don't want to say that. I'm going to say it's not as polished. There seems to be a lot more glitches in the game than I would like compared to with other smaller games, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm particularly one way or the other about it. I think it's one of those things of I'll wait for the hype to go down before actually playing it. That's just my take on it. Ooh. It's a very quiet. Also, daylight savings happened. So I guess that just means we have more sunlight now. I don't know if that's going to change much of my schedule. To be honest, I think I'll still keep the same times. I might have to change if OBS is giving me issues during the weekend. I would stream during the week if I could. I just have other obligations that I need to take care of because I have a job. And this is something I do for funsies. Plus there's just some things I need to take care of. I might have to start later on Sundays if it's giving me issues in terms of stream starting and stuff. For some reason, OBS wants to freaking crash. I don't know why. Everything looks fine on my end, but apparently it's not. I'm hoping I've got that. Oh, I'm tired. You'd think getting an extra hour of sleep I would be, like, totes fine. For the real topic of contention, Balatro Cosplay. This would be, not to say I haven't cosplayed before, but I usually, like, have bought my costumes and just made, like, props for them. This will be the first time I am attempting to hand sew, well, not hand sew, like, make my costume from scratch. I have two cosplays that I want to do. The second one will reveal like close to the day. Um, that I want to do. One of which obviously is Balatro. It really sucks that Joanne closed. Like really bad. It sucks that Joanne closed because they had like a closer location to me, and it just fucking blows that it's no longer an option. I need to check out Michael's, and there's like a local sewing place. I don't know. There's like a local sewing place that that might have fabrics that I might be looking for, but their schedule is not good for someone who works during the week, like most places do, which is unfortunate. So I need to check those places for the fabric. Why is this giving me issues? Oh boy, come on. There's another. I don't really know that though. Jesus. Okay. Oh, there's a knot in my freaking thing. That's actually like taking away a bit of my fabric. Oh, please hold. I fix this. Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully I can unknot it. That'd be great. Just want to see me try to do that. Then I can't see them do long as nails. I would try to cut it, but that would defeat the purpose because I'm losing a lot. Oh my god. Ooh. I need to go to the store today. I need to get some groceries. I need to actually take out the trash, and I actually need to just like some small stuff that's been piling up that I need to work on. And I need to figure out decorations for work because October's over. I'm in charge of like the birthday board at my job, so I decorate it depending on my coworkers' like opposite birthdays, and so far people have been liking them, which is very nice, very sweet. I'm very glad that people have been enjoying them, but they do like take a good bulk of my free time, which I don't think people realize. So it's something I have to do later today. I'll probably do that after I go to the store. I don't know why I'm learning so much. I've been awake for a couple hours at this point. Oh my god, what is this? I could try. Okay, maybe I'll just end this. I should have enough to end the stitch and then just cut it. We're improvising, we're improvising. Alright, we'll get rid of this nuts. And then we'll just end that bit there. Just a moment. Let's see how far I can get with this thread, and then we'll backstitch it at the end. Okay. So. We'll have the backstitch because I don't have that much room to work with, and then just go over that bit. Backstitch right here. I'm sorry, this should be like on stream if I have it off. I think. I'm trying to think, what else did I do? Oh yes, I did make the mini ARG for my Pathfinder players for Halloween. Totally no issues there. Definitely didn't have a typo on some of the captions, and that made it seem like there were bots deleted. Haha. It was totally like so normal. God. As soon as someone messaged me, "Hey, you might have a typo," I was like, "Are you?" And I wasn't home, so I couldn't even fix like the captions off of my phone. Which was unfortunate. So I'm just like, I will just give you the answer for this one. Because I legit cannot deal with this right now. It was mainly focused on, it was inspired by Vita Cardenas. It's an analog horror series that just recently updated. Like, they just released a new video, I think. And I was like, oh my god. It's happening. It's happening. I was very excited. Alright, I'm gonna cut the end here. Okay, how did I go again? Oh, where's my string? So very excited. I need to finish watching it. Because sadly watching it on my phone, I could not read all the text. So I need to watch it on my PC. If you do not know what Vita Cardenas is, it is an analog horror series on YouTube that follows, oh god, it introduces like a lot of meat creatures, and it kind of like at first like explains what kind of creatures, like there's like a mimic, and there's one like, it looks so creepy, but it's so cute. Sorry. It's too far. Witches. Making me mad. I highly recommend it. If you do not like horror, I would say probably not that series in particular. I like it because I like horror stuff. But it's definitely not for like everyone, I would say. Especially if you're not into body horror type-esque stuff. I probably wouldn't recommend it for that kind of reason. But it was inspired because there's like secret messages in the videos that link to like different unlisted videos. So that was like the main premise to the ARG I made for my friends. Like giving a short story, so to speak. Totally not foreshadowing anything in our campaign whatsoever. But I hope they enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't something I was planning on doing since we're on break. Um, for a bit, I was feeling a bit burnt out at the time, and I wanted to avoid what happened to a previous campaign that I tried DMing for, was having a mental breakdown and like almost losing the motivation to play at all. So I wanted to, kind of avoid that little bit. So I was like, you know what, probably time for a break. It's also holidays, and I'll have some time to do some other stuff in the meantime. And people's schedules are getting pretty hectic, so hopefully when we do like another mini session hero, I need my leg. I do have my Gutatama-san, excuse me. Hopefully have I been sewing off? Oh my god. I need to scoot in. So hopefully by next January, probably after a con, I will be able to do to get back into it, because it'd be nice. Kind of messed up that stiff there. Oopsie. But yeah, I have been GMing for only like 4 years now, which is wild to think about. Did not think I'd be GMing. But yeah, hopefully they enjoy that. They kind of went quiet afterwards, so I can tell at least one person or two has seen the entirety of it, but I don't know how much that was communicated to like the rest, to everyone else. So hopefully people can theorize what's going on. Oh my god, my legs. My legs. Sitting on the floor is not ideal. Turn my leg. My leg fell asleep. But yeah, Balatro Cosplay. The main topic, main person show. So yeah, Joanne's closed. Michael's closed. There's a local place that's like closer to me, but they're they're closed on Sundays and Mondays. I'm like, really? Okay. And it might have been like an effect of COVID and stuff. To which I'm not gonna be super harsh on. It's definitely impacted a lot of local businesses around me, which fucking sucks. I just wish they had a bit more time, like they were open more than 4 hours a day. That'd be pretty neat. That'd be pretty cool. Cash money. But I'll probably see if Michaels has anything in terms of fabric. So the main thing, obviously, once I fix this rip, we're gonna measure out how much fabric this has. And then once I get the fabric, and once I like measure this out, and then like get the rough pattern, it'll be easier for me to do rough. I think I have some spare fabric in my bag to do like a mock of it, and that way I can give it back to my mom so she can put it back in storage. I just wanted to make sure I, fix the hole. That I don't know how it got there, to be honest. But we've had this in our family for quite some time, so I'm not surprised that it hasn't gotten super messed up anyway. These guys have been through a lot. I don't think. I need to figure out face paint. I also need to buy some more masks. because I will be masking at a con, because masking is important, and you should do that so you can protect yourself as well as other people to not get sick, especially as we're heading into flu season. It's extra important that you take care of yourselves. Just be cautious of other people, especially those who are immunocompromised. That sort of deal. My main thing with the face paint is if I'm going to face paint, and I'm going to have a mask on, I need to find something that doesn't like transfer, much less like gets everywhere that's not supposed to be. If that makes sense. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. Woo! We'll test out the Thomas in a bit. Just to make sure that like there's no transfer, but also it still conveys the facial expression that York has in the card. I will be doing the bulk of the sewing stuff off stream because of the noise. I would like to do that like most likely during the day on the weekends, and then I might put my streams later. Well, I'll probably keep Saturday streams early, like the same time, most likely. But I might move Sunday streams to later in the evening, similar to Friday. Just so I now the hiccups. Just so I have the bulk of the garment done, but it's more mainly the noise. I don't want to be on the stream just because it low-key bothers me. Alright, well now we are doing a back stitching to finish this out. Then keeps escaping my needle. So hopefully pull through. Okay. Hopefully, to put hook. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yay! Pretty decent. Not too terrible. Too close, so nobody can see it. Alright. We're now going to... Oh my god, what that was. Oh. We're going to measure out how much fabric is used. Plastic measuring tape. And then... yeah. Only... Oh boy. It's gonna show up. Close this real quick. So this is relatively loose on me, but that is honestly fine. How I want it to be. I definitely like the idea of the Velcro being on it. So, let us measure. You're obviously not gonna see the whole thing. We're still here. I also have to keep point that there is this at the end, so I need to stretch this out as far as I can to get the proper measurement for that. Alright. Oh. My goal is just to get one long strip of fabric. I'll go by inches and then I'll do the conversion to how this translates to yards. Because I'm totally good at that. See, 1.5, so we'll do 62. Which is height. Not the fun part. Length. Because. Oh, yeah. It is. Hold on, fabric. I'm gonna go by arm to arm. So we're gonna have to double it because okay, that's 60. So we have to double that. Obviously, we're not worrying about this part, but we do need the capelet part. So let's just turn that around. It is a pod like carpet. Huh. So this is the hood. Stretch it as flat as possible. Try to make it as flat as possible. Sure. Because it wraps around. This might be. It's treated like a circle. I have to do diameter for this. Oh. Huh? I'm gonna treat it like a square. It's the wrong end. Oh. Pretty. So we're gonna say we'll do 40 by 40. In terms of the capelet, because it's gonna have to be cut in a certain way, or actually no, that's just to put on. Yeah, 40 by 40, just to give myself extra room. I'm not having a hood. No, I have to figure out how to make a freaking hat. And then obviously we're doubling the front and back panels because of yeah, because the back. So yeah, it had to be double. Let's make sure I'm not firm. Oh, let me figure out how yardage works. Woo! Where'd my phone go? My phone disappeared. Wait, no, my phone's like in my hand. It's okay. Okay, so Let's do some math. 15 cards. Okay. So I need double. Do I triple it just in case? I mean, having more fabric is better than less fabric. So we could triple it. Just to make sure. I don't know. If I fuck up. I have options. Okay. So I would need at least 10 yards total for the base part. I would need 3 yards for the capelet, but I also would need to keep track of having additional yards for the hats. I don't think I would need it for the pom-poms, mainly because I'll have to find the pom-pom. I guess I would want to do something similar to this, which I might have to do. I have to learn. Oh, great. I'll have to put an extra, so. Okay, well, we got our yardage. That's good. Feels like I'm progressing a bit. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. So tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. Let me drink some juice. I guess I'll try to see. I'm trying to see if Michael's is open. Michael's is such a hit or miss though for fabric. But I also do know that I need to try to find playing cards. I need face paint. Let's see. Playing cards, face paint. I need to buy the special paper. So I think hopefully next week we'll probably start later in the evening. I'll probably just show like progress stuff. We'll do like progress reports. And I might do something else. Today is kind of like low key. I'm also dropping again, so I want to avoid OBS being mad at me. So we're gonna call it there. I know, really short stream, but I guess progress is progress. So schedule changed. Let me double check what I have. VODs will be uploaded on Tuesday. I'll have my schedule up tomorrow. But sneak peek in terms of schedule. What are we doing this week? Let's see, we're gonna finish Slay the Princess this Friday. And then we're gonna start and most likely finish the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood on Saturday. Really excited. I have played that game before. But I do want to try to get like another ending for it. It's a game where you are a witch who was exiled from her coven for an amount of time, who then made a deal to get her magic back and you make tarot cards. It's like a not a visual novel type of game, but it's very good. I highly recommend. So we're gonna do that, and then we're going to do progress report on Balatro Cosplay. We might do. He's coming also for that stream next week, but the time is going to change for Sunday at least, just because OBS apparently does not like me playing this early. So we might play it later. We might do something later on Sundays. So that might change. And that's what I have. Okay, what else? I'm so sorry for the short stream. I also just don't want OBS to be mad at me, but there's also other stuff I had to take care of today. So, appreciate you sticking around. You did. Have a good afternoon, evening, night, or morning, wherever you are. And I'll catch y'all later. I'll catch y'all later. I did at least we got one thing done, and it's fixing the hole and measuring. I procrastinated. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. Short stream, but have a good one. Bye bye.